We are starting Unit 6. The focus of Unit 6 will be division and angles. You will need your whiteboard marker, and your math journal. Lesson 6.1 is extended division facts. Let's go ahead and warm up, though, with just some extended multiplication facts. So go ahead on your whiteboard and number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do the first set first. So remember, take your basic fact. 2 times 3 is 6. And we're going to extend it by adding the 0. So go ahead and do number 2, 3, and 4. Stop the video or pause it at any time needed. And if you don't know those facts, you should. And get your multiplication chart if needed. All right, before you continue, make sure you have your answers. 20 times 2 is 40. 30 times 5 is 150. And 30 times 3 is 90. Let's go ahead and do another set of 4. Go ahead and erase number 1 to 4 and find the product or the answer when you multiply these extended facts. Pause your video now. Number 1, 400 times 6. Well, 6 times 4 is 24. Add your 2 zeros on, 2,400. 7 times 5 is 35. Add your 2 zeros. The product is 3,500. 5 times 9 is 45. The product is 4,500. And 9 times 8 is 72. Our product is 7,200. Go ahead and erase your whiteboard. Let's go ahead and move into division. The math message here says the principal is ordering snack-sized bags of pretzels. 9 cartons contain 540 bags. How many bags come in a carton? Write an equation with a letter for the unknown to show your work. So the principal is taking 540 bags, dividing that by the 9 cartons. How many bags are in a carton? That is what we are trying to solve for. That is where we're going to put in a variable. Remember that a variable is a lowercase letter. All right, I'm going to go ahead and solve. I'm going to use the basic fact. 54 divided by 9. Remember, it is the inverse operation. So, in other words, you could ask yourself, 9 times what gives me 54? It would be 6. And then I need to add my 0 on the end. So the answer would be 60 bags. All right, so if we look at that equation, 540 divided by 9, which number is being divided? Well, the number that's being divided is 540. We call that number the dividend. The dividend. Now, one way that you might remember it is think about the den. If I were to write this in a more formal way, you might see it written like this. I think of this as the little den, and the number 540 is in the den, the dividend. Which number divides into the other number? Nine. 9 is what we call the divisor, the number that divides into 540. How many 9s are in 540? Well, we said that there are 60 bags, so 60 is the quotient, the result of dividing one number by another number. So you'll hear those 3 words, dividend, divisor, and quotient. If I were to show you in a little more visual way, this would be called, the number inside here is called the dividend. Now remember, it's inside the little den. The number that divides into the other number is called the divisor. And what we might call the answer, the result of dividing one number by another one, is called the quotient. So you'll hear me say those words throughout this unit. We're going to continue just a little bit longer on our whiteboard. And here we're looking at finding patterns in extended division facts. I'm going to do one example for you, and then you're going to try one on your own on your whiteboard. If I look at the first one, 35 divided by 7 equals 5. Okay, that's a basic division fact. 350 divided by 7 is 50. And 3,500 divided by 7 is 500. Would you go ahead on your whiteboard and find the patterns for the next 3 extended division facts? Go ahead and pause your video now. I wondered if you found the pattern. 42 divided by 6 is 7. 420 divided by 6 is 70, and 4,200 divided by 6 is 700. We're going to go ahead and move into our math journal. We're in math journal 2, as we all know by now, and we're going to move to page 191. Please open in your math journal to page 191. Extended division facts. Write a basic division fact and extended division fact for each fact triangle. So here we have the basic fact is 24 divided by 8, and that is 3. They're going to extend it and say 240 divided by 8. The basic fact is still 3. We're extending it to 240 divided by 8. Gives me 30. Moving across the page to number 2, this time we're writing out the equation. So it would be the basic fact is 28 divided by 4. And what is the answer to that? 7. We're going to go ahead and extend to 280 divided by 4. So we're extending the dividend. And the quotient, or the answer to that, would be 70. Let's continue down the page 191. Number 3, the basic fact is 56 divided by 8. Do you see that I can also use a different symbol to represent division? And the answer, or quotient, would be 7. Let's go ahead and extend 56 to 560 divided by 8. And the quotient, or the answer, would be 70. For number 4, they said our basic fact is 72 divided by 9, which is 8. And now they extended to the quotient and the divisor. And in this case, the answer is still 8. I always tell the kid, this 0 cancels out this 0. Let's go to number 5. Our basic fact is 48 divided by 6. And what is the quotient, or the answer to that division problem? The answer is 8, or the quotient. Let's go ahead and extend 48 to 4,800 divided by 6. Well, 48 divided by 6 is 8. We add 2 zeros on the end. So let's just check and just see if this makes sense. Let's do the opposite. 800 times 6. Does that equal 8 times 6 is 48 with 2 zeros behind it? Number 6, the basic fact is 63 divided by 9 equals 7. Let's extend the dividend to 6,300 divided by 9, and you get 700. What strategy did you use to solve problem 5? Well, I solved the basic division fact. Then I put 2 zeros onto the end of my answer, or remember, we call that quotient. Remember to pause the video if you need more time to write in your response. All right, so you're going to go ahead and check Schoology to see what else you need to do for this lesson.